Alright guys, we're live. Welcome back to some more Valheim. I'm Original Sid and I'm gonna jump in just a second. I gotta make sure this video is all set up and ready to go. It should be streaming. There it is. Now I can edit this. So I can click this. And then I can do this. And then I can do this. That looks like it's everything. Okay. Alright, we're back. Let me go pull up my chat just in case someone joins in. And yeah, I think we're going to be starting off with the forest moving. I'm going to jump into Discord and just have it up. So I'm not sure how these guys got into my base already, but the forest is moving. So that's a thing. Okay, well that was a thing. So yeah, I moved my boars. I tamed more boars. I got some baby boars. I got the cultivator. I planted some carrots. Are they ready? They're not ready yet. They're growing now. That's good. I'm not sure if this is how they got in. Someone has to do something about that. Not too thrilled that they got in. Was this just stuff under the rocks? I think so. Alright, pro tip, break stuff that you find on the ground, I guess. I think I'm gonna have to pickaxe this guy. Yep, this is stone. So if you're like me and can't figure out how to get core wood, it turns out you get core wood from pine trees, and pine trees you get in the Black Forest. Oh, I need arrows. I have none of the arrows. Okay. Let me go do that real quick, and then I'll go over some of the stuff that we unlocked. Also, never leave your door open. Great. Okay. I think that might be it. That'd be good. That'd be really nice if that was all I needed to repair. I guess I could use another door like right here somewhere. Let's do that one and that one. And then I'll just do that's it, I guess. I need more wood already. This game is very grindy. Let us come down here. Is that a brute? What is that? 2-star Grey Dwarf. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, oh, no stem. Yeah. Alright, so that was my first ever 2-star Grey Dwarf. That's cool. Let's go ahead and put this here. Let's level the ground right about there. Okay, so that is not... Right, so we don't need to have that be that dramatic. Let's just do that, and then we can do this. That. See, that looks better already. Okay, we can get rid of that now. That's fine. Yeah, we can slope this down a little bit. We don't need to have that be that dramatic, guys. Let's take this down. Hey, what up, Scoots?
Hello.
How you doing?
Not too badly. Not too badly. Is my microphone coming out alright?
Yeah. Let me
Alright,
actually
cool.
turn you down a little. You're coming out real loud. Do you get a new mic or something?
Old one.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. Well, it was a good headset, but it got a bit like the fabric around the ear cups started getting really crappy on it.
Uh-huh.
So I replaced it with with my other headphones, which are my favorite things to use ever. Like they are my favorite headphones ever. The ones that I'm normally using, but very close. So I have to use this for this headset for another week. Well, another few days, a little while. We'll see how long it is.
It sounds good, so I wouldn't complain too
Yeah.
much.
Well, this is like a proper headset, like got the microphone that comes over in front of your mouth and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
The other ones are just like phone headphones that I normally use.
How's that slope? It's okay. I don't like that much.
Back on the Valheim.
Dude, it's a problem. It's legitimately a problem. I literally cannot stop. I don't get it. It's so good. I want to try something. I haven't tried this before. Okay, I can't damage the runestones. So yeah, I gotta go over all this stuff that I did off cam. So I did a bunch of stuff off cam. Well, not a bunch, but enough that it matters.
Yeah, I get you.
I got my little pig farm going. I started growing some carrots off cam. I got the cultivator off cam. A decent amount of work was done without having a camera on. Which, is what it is.
I also noticed if you look at your streams, you've got episode 1, episode 2, episode 2 part 2, episode 4.
Why is episode 3
2.
not posting? Okay, I sent Bird Lady the link to it because she was wanting to know how my base was looking, and at the time I wasn't able to stream when she was able to look. So I was like, I'll just send you a timestamp in the video when I actually go run around my base for a second so you can see it. And she's like, all right, word, sounds good. And then couldn't find the video. And then I sent her the link to the video, and that worked.
Have you got it on like proper, like full public posting? There's what's it called? There's a setting that you can do so that it's like, there's a setting that you can adjust so that you can make videos like public that people can see them, but they require the link to the video to see it.
I've never changed my settings on my video, so if that is the case, I have no idea how that got that way.
That would be what I would check, because there's a way of check the privacy settings where you would make the video private. I noticed it like last night or whatever it was, and I was sitting there thinking like, no episode. Like I just thought there was no episode 3. I was just like, yeah, well, I guess episode 2 part 2 is episode 3.
No, it exists somewhere in the world. I don't know where it went or why it disappeared the way it did.
What is the because we obviously never use them over here. What is the symbol for inch? Is it the double dash or the single dash? Because one's feet and one's inches.
You mean the apostrophes?
Yeah.
I.
You don't know either.
I think that it's 1 for feet, 2 for inches.
Do you know what? Give me a second.
I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Where is it? There it is.
I'm a proud American who doesn't know measurements. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yep. You're right. I just went and found a tape measure. I just went and found a tape measure and see what it says on there.
I'm already out of more wood. My God. I can't get anything done in this game. Come on now. Okay, well, I'm not going to keep trying to build that up right now. I guess I should probably repair this stuff, though.
Yeah. I'm thinking about, like, I've changed it on Discord for now, but I'm thinking about going through all my online tags, and I'm thinking about changing them over to the Quantum Menace.
That's pretty good, dude. It's pretty good.
Me and a buddy we're talking like superhero and villain stuff, and like at the end of the day, I'd be a supervillain, not a superhero. There's no way I'd be a hero. I'm not good enough for that. So we were like, he was like, yeah, your stuff would be like tech and time based stuff. And I was like, okay, well, I managed to go. I was like, hang on a minute, I think I've just come up with the best villain name.
I've got this. Don't even worry about it.
So as long as it's not taken, I'm gonna try and change over like all of my tags to that. I think.
It's pretty good, dude. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
It's kind of like almost the Phantom Menace, but not quite.
Yeah, I'm here for it. Dandelion can go
Also, I'm just
there. Resin can stay with me.
also seeing the word menace and menacing. Same friend of mine. Like later in the conversation, we were talking about. This is one of my buddies, Fabian. We go on very. We can easily have an 8-hour phone conversation. Like, just he just goes off on one for ages and shit, and just shit talking the whole time, basically. So like later, much later in the conversation, we got onto the whole, all the SJW, this, that, and the other, and how the banning words and all that sort of stuff. And I was just like, you remember the one that was, fisherman is not okay.
Oh, it's Fisher person or something?
Yeah, and stuff like that. And I was like, well, do you know what? If you're gonna be like that, then I don't like the word menacing. I think that's how dare you imply that men are like that? How about women menacing?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, like, you're not wrong, but you're not right.
But that's
either.
how far they're taking it though these days
That's
with all of that shit though. Like that's kind of like I'm not wrong, but I'm not right, and it's like yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Like fisherman. The thing is, I mean over here at any rate, the fisher women have basically all 5 of them in the entire country have spoken out and said, I don't want to be called fisher people. I'm quite happy to be called a fisherman because it is mostly men who do this. And they were like, we totally understand why. This is not a fun job. Most girls growing up don't want to grow up to be covered in salt water. Pun intended.
Yeah, it's fair. Where's my furniture? I need this chest. I'm gonna move it to here. Alright, so now I should be able to upgrade stuff again. Although, maybe I should do... I'll make the troll pants.
That actually that actually leads me on to remind me of one of my other jokes that I came up with the other day. Oh Jesus, it was a good one. So, have you heard about the new Intel CPUs?
I'm scared, Scoots.
Have you heard about them?
No.
Because you've always had there was like Sky Lake and Rocket Lake, and Comet Lake and whatever Lake and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, the new ones are Salty Lake.
Oh no, Scoots, don't do it. Whatever you're gonna say, don't do it. Just don't.
They're not. No, they're not. They're not actually called. I think the new generation's called like Rocket Lake or something like that. But it's like no, it's Salty Lake, because they're salty with AMD.
Well, I don't blame them. That makes sense.
So, doesn't matter what Intel brands the new processors. In my books, they're Salty Lake. I've got to decide what I want to play now.
This is actually gonna be here, so this is fine.
Looking forward to One Division this evening.
Yes, very excited.
Mm-hmm. I got really confused because like normally I put after midnight tonight, or not tonight, last night, whatever. After midnight, I went online and I was like, oh, it's One Division Day, it's Friday, and I was like, oh wait, no, it's just gone midnight, and that's why it says Friday. So
it's just become Friday. I'm a little late.
yeah, I was like, damn it, there's no One Division episode yet.
Not yet.
I was very upset, very disappointed. when we were talking about it the other day, I actually realized there was. I mean, I'm not going to get into all of it now, but there was so much stuff that that I hadn't even realized about the previous latest episode. I was like, oh right.
Did you know that apparently there are a bunch of clocks?
Yes. Basically every scene has a clock in it.
But did you know that someone actually went around and figured out what all the clocks spelled in like a semaphore?
Really?
Yeah. You want to know what it spells?
What?
X-Men.
Seriously, that is that. So, see, I'd heard people saying that Wanda was going to bring in the mutants
That's what I heard.
into
Is
the
instead of no
MCU.
more mutants, it's gonna be bringing in the mutants.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why you got the X-Men Pietro. That's
Although there have been new pop figures announced and pictures released, and it's like Halloween Wanda, Halloween Vision, and then there's one that's in quotes Pietro Maximoff on the box. It says in quotes Pietro Maximoff.
huh.
So I'm like, go on.
Well, this is the thing is I don't know if you've heard this theory, but the theory is Pietro isn't actually Pietro. It's I can't think of what his name is now, but basically that's the villain.
Mephisto? Nightmare?
Yes, yeah.
Which one?
Both of those. I've heard both of those.
I've heard both too.
Yeah, I've heard both of those. The one that I was getting at there was Mephisto, but yes, Nightmare as well is another theory.
I've heard both those rumors.
I actually think Nightmare fits better, but the whole thing of "Run on, Devil Spawn" fits with Mephisto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that the kids were born out of Mephisto's soul in the comics.
Exactly. And then, I mean, the other thing is, as it's been stated, the energy of the Infinity Stones still exists.
Uh-huh.
So, if you noticed in the previous episode, when Vision came out of the bubble, out of the hex,
The Mind Stone was intact.
Yeah, it was still intact, and the Mind Stone wasn't actually being pulled back. Which is kind of interesting. But then you got to think Rambo's gonna get her abilities, no, my bad. Rambo already has her abilities in the last episode.
I noticed that as soon as they were like, hey, your x-ray came back blank, I was like, it's right there.
Yeah, no. You want to know where you actually see that she actually has her some of her abilities? You know when they've been kind of quote unquote arrested, or being escorted off the base, and the police guy from Ant-Man starts fighting them. She basically kicks someone and like knocks them out in a single kick sort of thing, and like pauses and like looks at them and is like, "What the hell did I just do?"
Oh, I didn't catch that. I'm gonna have to look for that.
Like, it's a momentary little quick thing sort of thing, but it's like, yeah, she's already got her super strength there. And then I'm kind of interested to see what Darcy's abilities are going to be.
I don't think she's gonna get any.
Oh, and they did the what's her name? The aunt. In the what's her name? The woman
Agnes?
in the show. Agnes, yes. So when she's talking to, or Vision's talking to her in the car. Somebody did the hex code on the license plate of that car, and that says red.
Meaning what?
I'm not 100% certain what that's meaning, but I'm thinking that's Wanda's that's the reality stone.
Oh, that makes sense.
Reality stone has the red power and is the red stone. And there was something else there was something else to do with the reality stone in it as well. I forget what now, but there was another thing to do with the reality stone that's kind of been shown in there. So, I have a feeling we're gonna see all those stones come back. The one that I'm kind of gonna be interested with, another one that I'm kind of interested with is because the soul stone. What's going to happen with the Soul Stone? Whether or not they're going to bring in Adam Warlock?
Oh, finally?
Yeah, because I mean, it's sort of been hinted at for a long time that they're going to be bringing in Adam Warlock. In Guardians of the Galaxy 2, when Rocket and Yondu have just blown up the Ravager ship. And are in the getaway, the detachable part. That before they do those jumps, they go through the 72 jumps or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right before they do that, Rocket is scrolling through planets, and you do like Terra, you do like the Kree home world, you do another home world. He scrolls past Adam Warlock's home world, and then goes to Ego.
Huh.
Yeah, and it's literally like you would only notice it if you paused it on that frame, sort of thing. But it's like, that planet's never come up in the entire thing. Apart, you know what I mean? Like, they haven't been to his homeworld for anything else, and that would be a logical place to imbue the Soul Stone in the new universe. In the multiverse, as it will be now. But yeah, I really liked that in the last week though, where they had the comic book accurate costumes. I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm also really looking forward to the 2000s, because that's what we're gonna get now. We're gonna get the 2000s sitcom. There's a part of me I might lose you here in a second. It's okay. It's okay. It's just, there's a part of me that wonders whether they would do Friends, but
no, that was 90s. It's gonna be Modern Family, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, really? That actually, or maybe like Arrested Development or something.
I'd love for like it's a good sitcom show that would be fun to do.
The thing is, it's gonna be one of the ones that has children in it now.
Yeah, Modern Family would make sense. I would love for it to be something like The Office. Or like Parks and Rec somehow.
I'm almost wondering whether those would go into 2010 though.
I don't think that's gonna get to that point. I think it's gonna be in the 2000s, and then it's just gonna be modern day. Cause like the latest episode trailer that I saw for this episode has her in like her hoodie, t-shirt, zip-up thing that is like her modern day look.
I mean, that said, she got into her normal kind of costume when she left the Hex to threaten the Colonel.
That's true. Did you also see or hear about how that's not the first time we've seen someone do that with soldiers on their supervisor?
Yes, that's exactly what her comic book dad would
I was
have
gonna say
did
it's
in the
exactly what her
movie.
father did.
But it's not her actual. It's not her father in this multiverse.
Uh in this universe of the multiverse, no, you're right. It's not.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. In this verse of the multiverse, she's not Magneto's daughter. Did you notice how as well the when the kid went off script, what was it he said? My brain's not working now because both Pietro actors were in Kick-Ass, the movie,
Yeah, and he said
and the
kick
kid
ass.
goes Kick-Ass. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the when Wanda and Pietro are talking by the hay bales on the Halloween festival thing, or just before, or just after it, when they're walking away from the cinema. The two movies that are showing are The Incredibles and what was the other one? Oh, what was the other one? It was The Incredibles and it was like I actually don't remember now. There's just too many fucking little Easter eggs and stuff like that. There's so many Easter eggs.
They're doing it so well.
Yep. I'll tell you what, doing an episodic release like this works so well for a hype train, though.
Oh yeah.
And like, honestly, like I really enjoyed Daredevil season 1 and Punisher and stuff like that. But Daredevil, by the time you got to season 3, not a fan. You know, Luke Cage wasn't really that much of a fan. Actually, no, the beginning Luke Cage was pretty good, but again, all of their series that they did so far previously started off quite well. I was never a fan of Jessica Jones.
Really?
Yeah, never a fan of Jessica Jones.
You just a David Tennant hater or something?
No, I love David Tennant. Love David Tennant.
As any good Brit should.
Or as the ladies call him, David 10-inch.
Ooh la la! I did not know that.
But no. It's her character, and just the fact that she is, like, and I get she's, dealing with shit, but it's like, you are like way more powerful. Why are you moping around the place all the time? Like,
I guess.
I can't stand mopey heroes. Like, she doesn't, and the thing is, she doesn't really like grow. She just gets a grip finally, and like that's like the whole thing. It's like the whole series, and you're like, I would have rather have seen you get a grip at the beginning and then grow. Like, I would rather you'd have been less powerful to begin with. I don't know, just something. I want to see the character actually grow as a character. That's why Captain Marvel as a movie sucked. Because she started off just as powerful as she ended. You know, she didn't have to overcome anything.
Captain Marvel, dude. I don't even want to start with that.
Thing is like, so many people hate on it because, SJW, this, that, and the other. I don't even have an issue with that. It was just a bad movie.
Yeah.
It was badly done movie.
I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some fun to it, but like...
I mean, the thing is, like, everybody knows she's not Kree. Everybody knows she's a human. So, like, spending half the movie trying to keep this false suspense that she's a Kree and, like, oh my god, she's a human, sort of thing. Don't do that. Just if they'd have actually done the movie in chronological order, they could have done so much more with it.
Yeah.
I actually saw somebody do like a review of that movie where they basically lined everything up in a chronological order, added a few little bits in to connect the dots in that order. And I was like, I would pay to see that. That sounds amazing. And the funny thing is for all the, for the whole girl power sort of thing going with the movie, you were able to tie that in to that and have a more potent message.
Huh.
It's funny because, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. There's a great video that I saw a little while ago by, on YouTube by, I want to say it was a Canadian, was it Canadian lad? It can't have been the Canadian lad. There was one that I'd seen that was, it was kind of like, what happened to all our heroes, basically. No, what happened to all our villains? And they basically surmised that they'd been castrated. And it's like, yeah, because in the olden days, and not even when I say olden days, I don't even mean that long ago, now we are trying so hard to be politically correct with everything that it leaves no room for character growth.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Which is exactly what I was saying before. I want to see my character. I want to see the heroes grow.
Hey! Don't touch that.
This is for Grace if she comes in here, okay? She was asking for something to drink. Just some water.
Gracie, Daddy has a cup of water for you.
So I Thor Ragnarok, in my opinion, worked really well because the hero was less powerful than the villain.
Oh yeah.
At the beginning of the movie, and it's like fantastic.
I loved Ragnarok. It was so well done.
Yep. Absolutely my favorite, and I honestly can't wait for Love and Thunder.
Oh my god, I know.
With I'm gonna get it wrong again. I get it right on like the third try. With Taika Waititi.
There you go.
Yeah. Taika Waititi. I don't know why I always have such a problem. I always want to switch the K's and the T's around at the end. I always want to call him Taita Waikiki. Don't know. I always get it wrong. But yeah,
Sounds like
absolutely.
something Hawaiian.
Yeah, right? It's like, I suddenly went from like South Pacific to North Pacific.
Can you please stop playing with the mat? This is a keyboard mat that stays on the table. Here, you can come over here. Oh no, you're gonna mess with the mic. Never mind. You're gonna come over here again, I lied.
That, you talking about her pulling on the mat under your keyboard and stuff, reminds me of a thing that I'd seen recently. It was like a little kid pulls, like, they've got like a tablecloth under their, on their like, coffee, not their coffee table, but like the thing that they've got there, their TV stand. And kid goes and just rips this whole cable, the whole thing off, and the whole TV, 50-inch TV comes crashing down. It's like, and that is why you don't put things like...
Good morning.
Good morning, Trip.
It literally is morning for me now. I've been up maybe 45 minutes.
Jesus.
You've been playing too much Valheim, buddy?
That and watching Doctor Who last night, or this morning.
Hey, yeah, I have not been watching that show for a hot minute. How's it been?
Have they finally got rid of that woman?
I don't know. Do you not like the lady? I was watching the very first season.
You know, she refused to watch the previous, all the previous Doctor Who's and knew nothing about it before she started acting.
That's annoying only because you kind of need to, so you understand the character.
And she her whole thing was that she was like, no, this has been a completely male-dominant role, and I want to turn it up. And like, she went full like, feminist SJW warrior on it, and it was just like, I get that, but it's like she's destroyed the show. Like
I don't know. My wife
liked
liked her a lot in the show.
it's actually by far one of the least watched seasons. Like,
I don't know. I did not like the first guy that they redid with when they first brought it back.
Nobody likes a feminazi.
I feel like that's extra topical considering Rush Limbaugh just died.
I know
He's the
who
one
you're
that
on
coined
about.
that term.
You were on about the one before David Tennant.
Yes, I think it's Peter
Yeah.
Capaldi, right? No,
No,
Peter
I forget.
Capaldi's the old dude that was just on the show. I always
Yeah,
forget what
he
his
did
name
all right.
is.
The viewership was already dropping off with him, but he did way better than whatever the new woman is.
Jodie
She-
Whittaker.
Yeah, when she came on, I don't have a problem with it being a female, with a female doctor at all. And like, whenever anybody tries to say anything about it, everybody's like, "Oh, it's just because she's a female doctor and you don't like it." It's like, no, I don't have a problem with her
It's
being a
the
female doctor.
specific version of the female doctor.
It's the fact that she's just a bad doctor.
Never mind the
Like-
fact that she's most likely a raging cunt.
Well, like I said, she refused to watch the previous Doctor Who's.
I mean, you do have kind of a specific audience you're trying to play a role for. You would think you'd want, like, yeah, make it your own, but, like...
I know.
I don't know if she was aware, but all the old versions of the Doctor are within the Doctor, so, maybe.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
even know Doctor Who at all, but even I know that he's like a reincarnation of himself constantly.
Yeah.
So, I feel like it'd be good to know what the previous versions have done. And if you're not even
Yeah.
going to bother watching, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even if you went and got a Cliff Notes version of it, like, come on.
Yeah. I
Because
think
then
it
you
was
can
just because
throw in, odd bits and ends from, previous Doctors. I don't know.
Or,
there's so
yeah,
much
something,
good
you act on your previous experiences. If you she's going I don't know. Like all the other ones have been able to, in some way, shape, or form, reference or relate to the younger version of themselves. I don't know. Yeah, it's that. I used to love Doctor Who up until I actually stopped watching with. Do you remember they had that really young nerdy guy before the old guy?
I liked him.
I think that was the one I didn't like, was the young, nerdy guy.
Matt Smith.
Yeah, I didn't like him, to be honest. He wasn't
Unpopular
nearly as
opinion,
bad.
buddy.
He wasn't nearly as bad as she is, but it was when he started doing it that I stopped watching because I was just like,
It takes a little bit for his Doctor to really take off story-wise, but I watched all of his, and it got good.
Oh, fair enough.
His stories got really good and really emotional. Here. I feel like that's so unnecessarily loud, girl. Put this back in your mouth and be quiet. Zip it, zip it.
So mean.
Stop pressing the keys. Take this.
But yeah, like the ratings for Doctor Who under because with the I forget, I don't know all of the separate actors' names, but ratings with the old guy were not doing well. Like it was, the show was already starting to die. Like the viewership was starting to die off, and like when she came on, it went full left turn. Like literally, like there is maybe I could probably count all the British people who watch that show on my hands. Like, all the Doctor Who fans just immediately turned off with her. Basically, she was just completely unrelatable.
Ooh. Alright, so the cultivator's cool, but now I'm gonna plant this carrot to get more seeds.
Oh, you are live right now. I didn't bother to look.
That's why I'm in the streaming live voice channel.
You know what? I didn't pay attention. I literally just logged in.
Y'all are a bunch of fruits, like it says right there.
Yeah.
Hey, can you not? Thanks. But yeah, I've got a bunch of boars on that trip. I've got a little carrot farm going.
Yet again, motherfucker.
What happened?
I was running back to my body and got killed by a 1-star gray dwarf person.
Ew. I just found my first 2-star grey dwarf and killed it. With like
I've killed a
very little
2-star,
health.
but it was I literally didn't eat anything, so I was at 25% health, which was my problem. I should
Yeah.
have ate my berries and shit.
Man, those graphics are intense. All that wood flying through the air when you're swinging the axe.
You're not live, sir.
I'm live on YouTube, sir.
Yeah, but see, I don't have your YouTube, sir.
Well, sir, that seems like a problem that you have, sir.
Sirs, I'm gonna need you to take about 20% off the top.
What?
Sir, I'm gonna need to pay for that haircut before I start chopping, sir. I feel like we're starting to do a Hamilton bit here, and I don't think I like it. Ow, what the heck?
See, I never actually watched that movie.
Or the play.
Either or.
I'd never seen the play. A lot of people I knew were like, oh my god, dude, Hamilton, oh my god, dude, Hamilton. And I'm like, oh my god, I don't care. And then I finally saw it, and then I was like, oh my god, dude, Hamilton.
I was like, why do I want to watch a movie about a race car driver?
Eh? Explain.
I think I'm the only
Lewis
one
Hamilton.
that would understand that. I'm sorry, Scoots.
Lewis Hamilton, the race car driver for
He drives.
McLaren.
He's in Formula One, and he's the #1 driver for Mercedes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
right,
he
because
is,
that's something
what,
that's common
seven-
knowledge.
He was also one of the youngest guys to get the title when he first got it.
Yeah,
He was literally like 18 when he started racing.
Oh, sure, of course, I knew that.
No, he's been racing since he was like a little tyke. It's just he's got
Yeah.
his titles when he was in Formula 1 at 18.
Yeah.
I didn't think they had
Although
little
the-
tyke racing.
Yeah, dude, it's called go-karts. You could actually
Yep.
competitively put your kid in a go-kart and go on track and race.
Yeah, funnily enough, one of my buddies had a racing license, like a track license sort of thing, so he could go out and, you know, with proper track cars, not go-karts, like proper track cars. He had that when he was like 16, whatever, and eventually got his driving license, when he was 17.
Yeah.
But he had a racing license before he had a driving license, and he still drives exactly the same to this day.
What's that, at 10/10?
Yeah. There's
There's a throttle in
this girl came over from America, and was like in the car with him driving through like the streets of London while he's like tearing it up, like, but like just also being like super aggressive as well, and it was just
Yeah.
she was terrified because obviously all our roads here are narrower as well.
And they also don't always go in a straight line.
Yeah.
Oh, so like suburban Chicago streets.
Nah,
No.
Dude, after moving to Georgia, Chicago streets are like dead nuts straight. Like they don't turn. You get down to Georgia and all of a sudden you find some windy roads, but they're nowhere near as narrow as the UK roads.
Yeah. You like UK roads are super narrow. Like probably maybe about 7 feet per lane width.
Well, you're
Yeah,
using our
wide.
system for measurement. Are you sure you're comfortable doing that?
I thought I heard a slight hemorrhage in it happening when he was speaking.
Well, seeing as that's how we do that, seeing as that's how we do our measurements on roads, all our driving measurements are
Right,
done.
so-
So you know, when you've got roadworks, it'll say, you know, roadworks in 200 yards, whatever. Yeah, we use miles an hour, not kilometers like Europe. And when you
So-
approach one of those, you know, the things like the road narrowings where you've got the two bollards and you've got to go through those, and it'll say above it like 6'6" or whatever for the width.
Huh.
I was like, if you're wider than 6'6", you ain't fitting through these bollards.
I guess I ain't fitting through those bollards.
But if anything, Sid, you need to come down here to Georgia and we can go take a run through the mountains. It'll actually be pretty fun. We can go up to the snake.
All I heard was run and no thanks. I don't know how well you think you know me, but obviously not that well.
It's okay, I'm in a truck. I can't clearly go that fast.
You said run. I don't do
Yeah,
that.
you definitely said run.
I said we can go for a run through the mountains. I didn't say I was actually using my own legs.
Well, it'd be very impressive if you used someone else's.
See, that's what
You're like,
you're
it's
there
either-
for, Steve.
Yeah, kitty up, motherfucker. You come down to Georgia just to give me a good old-fashioned piggyback ride.
I did enough of my own kid that I can't anymore. I'm so
Yeah,
broken.
especially considering I probably have at least 200 pounds on them.
Hey, so in other news, I may finally, hopefully, in the next couple weeks, have a job, and I
Hey,
may
job,
have
we're good.
a flatmate as well.
Is she cute?
No, he's an old friend from college who wants to get out of London. So, and
That's a good reason.
yeah, he wants to get out of London, and like I've lived with him in the past, and like he lived at my house when I was living in Bath for a bit, and I kicked him out because he was a terrible slob.
And that was me.
But at this point in time, I don't really care.
That sounds like a very inaccessible fire pit.
It's not meant to be accessible. You need to have a fire next to your bed.
Ah.
And apparently the one inside my house is not close enough.
Well, that's annoying.
Yeah. Here, put this in your mouth. Thank you. Thank you, child. Sit.
I feel like that wasn't thoroughly thought out.
What?
The fire next to the bed bit.
I feel like it was. They want it to be feeling like you need to be close to a fire to stay warm at night.
Well, I still, in my
Whoops.
mind, you being in a hut, or at least a house or a home of some sort, should be enough to consider that safe and warm
Well.
for that matter, because you are out.
I mean, yeah. One of the other ones that bothers me with the like, obviously I haven't played it, but in principle, one of the things that bothers me with that game is the fact that you've got to build workbenches like everywhere in order to build your base, and it's like, if I have a workbench inside my house, that should work for the whole house.
I get that, but then like I also would argue that, you know, you can just tear them down when you're done?
Yeah, I actually get where Sid's coming from, because when I was playing on Satisfactory, one of the things I would do is keep enough components on me to build like a workbench or something wherever I was building. That way I wouldn't have to run around after having the materials already on me.
Oh yeah, but that's slightly different. I feel like because
And to be
like
fair, I also did that in Minecraft, if I recall.
yeah,
Stop that.
It is only
most games you kind of like to. It's usually a good idea to keep a crafting bench. I mean, most crafting games is a good idea to keep a crafting bench on you to be able to craft. But if you're in your base, to have to build multiple around your base to use them, just like not even to use them, but just to be able to put the structures down that you already have crafted. I don't know. It doesn't sound right to
That
me.
there's like a proximity to where you could be placing things in relation to a crafting bench.
What's up?
I'm trying to
Yes.
understand what you're getting at. Like, are you supposed to be within a certain proximity of the crafting bench in order to place whatever you crafted?
You craft. Oh god, hold on. Child on my lap and a mob
And a
attacking
demon
me.
in your back.
Honestly, they're both the same.
Eh.
Demon spawn.
Only the difference is one you produced.
Wait a minute. I'm just gonna punch the stump to raise my unarmed. This is working much better than expected. Can you stop spinning your goddamn pacifier out?
But I don't want it.
Well, then stop accepting it when I put it in your mouth. I don't care. Don't touch it.
I have to go to a gender reveal party on Sunday. That'll be fun.
I'd be like, I hope it's a human.
I'm gonna go in there with the presumption of, I bet you it's an Apache attack helicopter.
That way you'll be pleasantly
Because-
surprised either way.
Yep. I'll be like, yep. My future brother-in-law has told me the gender. It's an Apache attack helicopter.
Did I leave?
And then just watch everyone look at me weird.
The bakery already told me it was a helicopter. Don't worry, guys. I already know.
I for some reason all I heard was the baker already told me. I was like, how does the baker know?
Yeah. No, actually, I was promptly
The
reminded
candlestick maker
earlier
told
that,
them. Sorry.
Gender reveal parties are very much 10 years ago because the PC police would like to argue that you can't assign the baby's gender.
I would like you to tell the gender police to shove it up their assholes. They're gender neutral assholes.
Yep. From now on, any potato that is a spawn will be referred to as it. I think you could have built a little closer to the edge of that cliff.
Well, you're not wrong.
Because now that's a little foothold for people to stand on.
That's the point.
That's a little strange. Hearing the echo.
Yeah, I went ahead and muted the stream, that way I wouldn't hear myself talking. It gets rather distracting. I only need one of me in my head, I don't need two. Especially when there's a 10-second delay.
It's like one of those speech things that that stops you from being able to speak properly.
An impediment?
No, not an impediment. It's like one of those things that it's like you put an earphone in, it echoes back your own voice to you
ball
with
gag?
a delay so that you can't speak.
Oh,
forget what
that's
they're called
weird.
as.
No, I cannot do that. That would be horrible.
Yeah, and it's like it's like a perfect delay. There's some people. It's so funny when you see some people who can talk with those things on, and you're just like, wow.
You're not human. Go away.
It's like you're obviously very good at tuning yourself out.
Which makes you begin to think: are they always talking shit so that they ignore themselves now?
I think that's my point.
Okay.
But yeah, back to your point much earlier, Scoots. I thought very much the same thing when I first heard the name of that show, Hamilton.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? The guy gets enough attention as it is. Why did they make a play about him? And then someone explained to me kind of what it was, and I'm just like, why was that necessary?
Did you speaking of Lewis Hamilton, did you actually hear about he tried to sue the Swiss watchmaker company who make Hamilton, who make watches and have been, since before he was born, and say you can't use my name?
What, Rolex?
No, not Rolex. Hamilton. Hamilton watches.
Oh, I didn't know there was a Hamilton watches.
Yeah.
But he does know he's not exclusively the only Hamilton on this fucking planet, right?
That's why he tried to sue them, but it was thrown out before it got anywhere. They were like, no, we're not going to help. The courts were like, no.
You're a fucking dipshit. Get out of your own fucking head. Well, it's okay. Beyonce was following. She wasn't really following him, but she was following automotive sport news. And
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton kept popping up for like 2 or 3 weeks straight, and it was during a point where he's like, "Hey, look, my Twitter followers or my Snapchat followers, whoever, I just bought this really eco-friendly car." And then they all came back sitting there saying, "Okay, but what about these 12 other petrol gas hogs that you have?" And he's just like, "Well, I just sold them like a day later." Because he literally had them and then literally listed them for sale after all those comments started coming back. It's like, you fucking poser. Just fucking stop.
It's like, just be honest with yourself. If people so what if people yeah, okay, you've got an eco car, and so what? You've got non-eco cars. You're a petrol head. It's okay to have a petrol engine. Accept who you are. And don't just cow. Don't cow every time you Don't cower in a corner every time somebody threatens
He's just an
you.
attention whore. I'll be honest, he's just an attention whore.
Yeah, who else writes a musical about themselves? Jesus.
Literally this fucking guy.
I'm short 2 wood. So the other thing that I'm really not liking about this game right now is that you have to have a roof over anything that's outdoors, because otherwise it'll get damaged in the rain.
Well,
Which
that kind of makes sense.
logically makes sense, right?
Okay, it's only for wooden structures though.
Well, yeah, I don't expect stone structures to get damaged in the rain. That would just be ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. So it's annoying, but it is realistic.
Okay, I could see that concept working because think about all the movies that we've watched where there have been like walled barriers between like archers and like attacking forces and stuff like that. Whenever there has been a wooden structure, think back to like Winterfell with Game of Thrones, with when their archers and stuff like that are sitting on the wall. If it's a wooden wall and platform, they have a roof over their heads. But when you go back and look at like Lord of the Rings, they're standing they're standing on a stone wall and stone gate.
Yeah.
So that's why they were getting rained on. So I can see the concept being proven and working.
I don't approve of your use of fantasy worlds to prove the point because I understand it and I can relate to it, and I don't like that that's the case. I have a comfort of 5, boys.
Ooh, baby. Better than 4.
Less than 6, though, you know?
What was the max? 10?
I don't know. I've never been max.
Is
You
max with
sleepy?
like 2 naked chicks on either side of you in your bed?
I feel like that would be the maximum amount of comfort I could have in this game, but I have not experienced that.
That is a shame.
It's a great shame.
Like what? I was like, wait, what are you playing? Valheim or
Skyrim.
the one that?
GTA, buddy.
We're playing Renaissance GTA. I do feel there is a specific lack of NPCs, or is that just because of where you've chosen to build?
There are no real NPCs. There's a trader that gives you some stuff for gold coins, and that is about all you get. Everything else is an enemy. Well, so the thing is, like, the story goes that you're like a fallen warrior, and you're being dropped off in this like 10th realm called Valheim to help Odin fight back the forces of something, something, something.
Okay.
So like, it would make sense that there would not be a lot of NPCs, I guess.
I still feel like you would at least have a little bit more than a single trader.
Yeah, where's he getting his supplies from?
Don't question the trader, Scoots. You know better than that.
The trader is actually Odin himself. Come on, don't you know how these old tropes work? I'm gonna be mad if you get far enough into the game if actually is what happens.
I swear I've seen posts where it's like, I've seen Odin in my game, and I'm like, good design is
Because
something I don't approve of.
Again. I was gonna say, isn't it in some of the mythology too that Odin sometimes comes as like a wanderer or a trader to various villages, and it's like, it'll mean like a year of like poor health or bad luck or something if you don't let that traveling trader into your home for a night or something like that. And give them
I'm pretty sure there is somebody who does that. I'm pretty sure it's not Odin though.
Dude, there's a bunch of gods
one
that
of
come
the oth-
around and...
There's a because Odin it usually comes as a crow.
No, Odin's eyes are the crows. I've met them in this game.
It's funny the similarities between the various gods. Like Odin uses the crow, and I think it's not because I know Zeus was the eagle. Wasn't it Minerva or Hera rather that used the crow as well?
I don't know. They were all Jesus in the end, I bet.
Something some of our ancestors may disapprove of thinking and us speaking about.
Like,
feel like
how
in the next-
dare you?
Yeah. It's like the last proper like Viking king. He chose to stay in belief of the pagan gods because all of his brothers before him, as he understood it, went to hell believing in the pagan gods, and he didn't want to leave his brothers alone there or something, or he didn't want to not join his brothers.
That makes about right sense for Vikings. There's a sleeping baby on my forum.
Well, that's an improvement.
I mean, she's certainly quieter now. Maybe I'm gonna go put her down in her bed. I'll be right back.
Yes, sir. Yeah, when it comes to old mythology and religion, I know enough to start the conversation, but not enough to carry it out.
Oh. Sorry, that was in relation to something that happened in my game.
Mm-hmm.
Just one of my items just went to space.
Boo.
This isn't a space game.
Oh no. So you're not playing Space Engineers today?
No. If Scomp gets on it later, I might. But I don't really enjoy playing Space Engineers that much on my own.
Yeah, that's definitely a group play.
Yeah. So I'm playing a game called Hydroneer.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were talking about that one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
And I'm destroying everything that I've done for the past few days on it.
Shall we kill a troll?
I don't know, shall we?
Are you in the mood?
I'm always in the mood.
I wish when you equipped your gear, it would not be taking up inventory.
I agree.
I need to have a little character pay. I made that new two-handed weapon thingy, the siege breaker, whatever. Stack
Oh,
breaker.
Stag Breaker?
Mhm.
How is it?
It doesn't necessarily do as much damage, but if there's a bunch of shit around you, it does damage to everything in a circle.
Yeah, it's an
Like it has
AoE
an
attack.
and it does, yeah. So it does the same amount of damage to everything in the circle, but
It's not. Yeah,
And it
it's
uses,
like a
like-
circle. It's like a freaky circle.
it uses like one of the little stamina bars each time you swing it.
Yeah, that's the downside is it's a two-handed weapon. There's a chest here. Oh, it's empty. Okay, cool. Is that troll gone? Oh, hi, dear.
Oh, and I guess it's considered a club because my club skill's going up.
Alright, I don't see the troll. Which is good for me, because that means I can chop down some pine trees. Which, by the way, is where you get core wood from.
From what?
Core wood.
From what tree?
Pine trees inside the Black Forest.
Oh, okay. Well, I've been getting core wood from destroying buildings.
Interesting.
You don't get a lot, but every once in a while you'll get like one to 5 pieces.
Yeah, I just chopped down one pine tree, I think, or two, and got 20 core wood.
Cool to know. You wouldn't think pine trees would be core wood though, because their centers are usually soft. You would think the harder wood trees would be core.
Yeah, like your oak would be more like core wood.
Except for you can't bust an oak tree up to win.
Unless you're Sid.
Well, unless you drop other shit on it to bust.
Yeah, my point. Sid's like, ha, I found an exploit.
Well, just remember when you chop it down a tree and it falls on you, it will kill
Yeah, I finally had that happen to me the first time ever the other day.
I haven't been squished yet, but like, even though the tree fell the other way, it still like did damage. I was like, what the fuck?
I was able to break an oak tree, which was the best part for me. Get over here, Corwood. Hey, Grayling? Could you not?
Are there any redlings?
No, it goes Grayling and then Grey Dwarf. I don't know if you knew that or not, though.
No, I was. It was more because it's nothing to do with the color gray.
There are some blue creatures that are greylings, and there are some that have a tint of red to them.
No, I know. It was more supposed to be a joke. It was yeah. It was not funny.
Uh-huh. Not funny, huh?
It was yeah, failed funny.
The copper and tin grind is like the worst grind there is in this game.
I'm not having problems finding either right now. Like, I found like 3 different copper nodes.
Oh yeah, dude. Here, look at my map. Copper, copper, copper. I could find more too. It's just that like the actual process of chopping down copper and collecting it is, oh my god, is it a tedious one. You know that the copper veins go down really deep, right?
They don't go past the dirt that's underneath them, do they?
Yes, they do.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. I did get my first 3 little whatchamadiggin cubes.
Sterling cores?
Yeah. So I gotta find another little dungeon thing to.
Oh, come back here. No space for you.
So how did you activate that?
F?
Oh, I still have that button. Button would be very useful right about now. Nope. Oh well.
I see that's all copper here.
I figured I was on a big island. I've gone around the entire, almost the entire circle. And it has like the lake in the center.
Here's the problem, Trip, is that everyone's world is different.
Yeah. I know. But like when you opened your map and showed your where you've been, it just looked like you haven't explored very. Uh, you've explored a lot, but not a lot. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the boundaries because it kind of like gets.
Like this is a river that connects to the water. This is a river, so I want to know like where these edges are. So that'll be my next big goal, but I should probably take this haul back to my base before I die.
Oh, you know what I did watch though earlier? I finally watched Monster Hunter.
The movie?
Yeah.
It's out?
Yeah.
How bad is it?
It wasn't actually terrible, to be honest.
You just have a boner for Mila Jovovich, huh?
Not really, but it wasn't that bad. There was like one moment in it though where I was kind of like sitting there thinking like, because the background music suddenly started sounding very Resident Evil, and I was like, are they about to hit it with a Resident Evil song here?
Alright, a lot of core wood. That's fine.
Did hear, speaking of Resident Evil, actually, that they're going to be refilming all of them from the beginning.
All of them, huh?
Yes, they're going to be going back to Raccoon City and doing it all, and it's still going to be Djordjevic.
Do you have any beehives yet?
So, which I was like, ooh, that actually does not sound bad. Kind of excited to see what they do with that. It could be terrible, but they're not planning on changing anything. They're just planning on refilming it.
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So I'll put 3 here.
There's my hammer.
And how long do you have to keep doing these things?
Huh?
How long do you have to keep petting these things?
I just do. Honestly, I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna put a pine tree right here so that I can start growing it. There.
And what do you get from growing the pine trees?
The good wood.
Yeah, but don't you have to cut it down to get the good wood?
Yeah, so I'm planting more.
So when you grow it and then cut it down, is it gonna fall the way you want it to?
Hopefully, it should drop some more pine cones so I can plant more.
I'm talking about like the direction and how much damage it's gonna do to everything else that it might hit.
We're not thinking that far ahead. I appreciate the concern, though. That's valid. It's very valid. This is something Sid did not consider when planting those trees. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Okay. I think I'm gonna rest here and call it a night because I gotta work. So I'm gonna stop the stream here. But thanks for stopping.